Hi, Rick. You want to do a quick one?
Let's do a quick one, Keith.
Great. The title of this one is The World Will Show You Where You're Not Done Yet. I love this topic, Rick. Every time something hits my stuff, I'm like, that's your work. That's your work. Just when you think it is, think you finished something. Most recently, I have been really working on being able to take feedback and constructive feedback. And so there was a situation, at work at Mayo in which we had a budget, and I went, beyond the budget. There were some other factors that were there to where funds were promised that didn't come in to really shore up the budget for this project we're working on. Anyway, but the budget is what the budget is. Whether you don't count those chickens before they're hatched. And I know that in every other area of my life, but at work, I kind of lost sight of that. But again, those are reasons, and the reasons don't matter. The budget was exceeded. And so I had to go into a meeting with someone, the leader who I report to, and I had to get the feedback, right? And I remember like feeling unsettled about the feedback. My Keith 1.0 was like, hey, listen, I got this meeting. You just sit back and let me handle this. I was like, that's the last thing I need is you handling this. I will walk out of there defensive, burning down this relationship with this leader who's going to give me a performance evaluation at the end of the year. I mean, no, this will not go well. Like, no, you are not. You've done that for 40 years. You're not doing this time. So Rick, and just that let me know that there's still some work I need, when I'm getting feedback, especially because, I'm a recovering perfectionist. And so the idea that I didn't get this right, that I made a mistake, dude, it was like, this is where your work is. You're not done there. That perfectionist behavior, those tendencies, they're still there. And so this is the opportunity for you to shine some light on that and go to work there. Being able to take feedback, here we go. When you want to be perfect, and here's the proof. And here's the videotape. Let's roll the film. They roll the film like, oh, there you are. Like, you're not perfect. There's not one of those things where I could like, well, you kind of see this from different angles. Oh, let's put on the body cam. Oh, that is you. Yeah, it's no doubt. And so that's what it was. And I handled it well. I was in a meeting. I was observing my thoughts, observing Keith 1.0, observing the personal mind, be bothered, and I just allowed it to settle. And I just came right out and say, hey, I just want to apologize for not doing this the right way. Here's how I would like to make it right. Thank you for taking time to talk to me about this. I really appreciate it, and I just want to thank you for just being so kind and having this conversation with me now. Lesson is learned. This is something that I won't have to repeat again. Man, I could have never done that before, Rick. But again, the world showed me where I was not done yet.
But Keith, that's a beautiful example of learning something that kept you away from being what you had formerly been that caused pain. And this new approach, how did that make you feel when you walked out of the meeting? Even though you apologized, admitted that you screwed up, did it feel, heavy, or did it feel light, or what was that feeling?
That's a great question, Rick. Um, the feeling was it was good in one respect, in that I kept I took the path that led to inner peace. That's what felt really good. It felt good that I didn't let my lower self run that meeting or that situation or cause me any further suffering, which was sure to happen. Because I'm new at this part of it, because I haven't had a situation at Mayo up until this point in which it was clear that that there are still areas that I need to grow in. Like, there are other areas that I need to grow in that I am proactive in working on it. This is another one that is clear as day. Has to do with finances. Like it's one that I haven't had experience in, but nonetheless, I hold myself to the standard that I still need to be perfect at it. So what was interesting about it is while I felt peace that I had and felt like really grateful that my Keith 2.0, that my higher self consciousness was in that meeting, apologizing, taking full ownership, thanking the person for giving me feedback, that's a path that I want to take, there was still that voice that was piping up like, oh, you took full ownership for that. That's going to be on your performance eval for sure. Good luck with that next promotion, that pay raise. Like, it was saying those things, but what I knew, but what was clear to me is, it's like, I'm not here for the pay raise.
There you go.
I'm not here for the promotion. The main thing for me, keep the main thing the main thing, and the main thing is for me growing. The main thing is for me to let go of those parts of me that live for the promotion, that live for the pay raise, that isn't here for growth, for personal development. So I was able to remind my personal mind, the lower self, of what this is really about. It's not about what I can get. It's about what I'm going to give. And so the more and more I let go of that, the more and more I can give.
Boy, what a lesson, Keith. That's fantastic. I think that for me, I feel that same kind of feeling that there's a very big distinction between my emotional,
Mm,
psychological health versus my success in my career.
yes.
And often they get confused and they're bound together. And then I ask myself, do I have a career or does the career have me? And then
Mm,
that usually brings me to a point where I realize my psychological and emotional health is 10 times more important. And it's much more critical to me than anything to do with the career. That's a board game. That's some fun I'm having outside of Rick. That's just a role that I'm playing in my career.
absolutely.
It's not me.
Man, Rick, that's beautiful, man. Thank you so much for those questions. But I really think it's important that we all, if we want to grow and be deeper and have an open heart to life, to the world, and to be more aligned with consciousness, man. It's these things are important to do. Like, keep the main thing the main thing. I love you, Rick.
I love you, Keith. Hey, great topic. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much.